I'm here with Kelly Drager, lead performance dietitian for the Canadian Sport Institute in Calgary. Listen, we've been looking at athletes train, recover, now we're fueling. All of this looks delicious. Walk me through it.
Yeah, today I kind of put together some recovery stuff that we might talk to athletes about.
Okay.
I think for me, a lot of the recovery is about giving them options, giving athletes options, right? Because a lot of times when they're traveling, when we go to the Olympics, they don't have one thing, so we want to make sure that they're okay with having a few different things.
What's more important, fueling to perform or fueling to recover? Or is that the million-dollar question?
No, I don't think so. I think they both have importance, right? Like if you're not fueling cumulatively across a week, the years, that'll catch up with you. The recovery the aspect is going to be based on what you did in your training session, what your goals are. So it does change. Like it's not going to be the same for a speed skater, and it's not going to be the same for a bobsled or a figure skater, a biathlon. So a biathlete. So we do have to modify it based on what sport, what the goals of the athlete are, what you did in the training session. What are you using, what are you losing? Yeah. So if you do a session where it's an hour versus 3 hours, that's going to look different for recovery. The fueling aspect might look similar across a week or a month, but the recovery might be changing. Because a lot of times when you're training or exercising, you're increasing your core temperature and your body's trying to cool itself off, and that's through sweating. You're losing more fluid, your respiratory rate increases, so you're losing more fluid, so we need fluid as well. So sometimes athletes love drinks that have, blend them together and go,
okay.
Right? So just blend it together and go.
Blend it together and go.
Yeah, there we go. So I'm not going to do amounts per se, but
okay.
If you want to do blueberry, pineapple, you pick.
Oh my dear, can I have a mixture? Is that
for sure.
above our budget?
No.
Sorry. Okay.
We can do that. So I'm just gonna add some Greek yogurt.
Wonderful.
And I think too, it's just a lot of it's education for athletes. Like Greek yogurt, a lot of them, this is a plain one, has a lot of times the same amount of protein, like half a cup, 3/4 of a cup is a scoop of protein powder.
Okay.
So just sometimes educating athletes of food choices gives them a few options to have other than like buying a lot of product. We're just gonna go for it here.
Thank you, we're going for it. I do feel like we have our own cooking show. Lovely.
And then sometimes too, for athletes, having vegetables throughout the day, that fiber, and they're training twice a day, sometimes it's hard to get some of that in. So with smoothies, we just put in the greens, just do it.
Is it okay to just use frozen?
Yeah.
Okay, so
spinach.
Okay, frozen spinach is still fine.
Yeah, and then the banana usually creates some consistency with the smoothie, with thickness and texture. So athletes like that. And then might be where we manage some of the carb amounts. So we could put water in here if we're managing that, or we could put juice. So I think we're gonna put juice in.
Okay, I've been working hard.
Yeah.
You laughed too hard at that joke, Kelly.
No, I was wondering, had in my mind, I'm like, did they get you on the treadmill? What did they do?
No, I did about 4 jumps.
Oh, okay.
And I'm tapering now. Perfect.
And so then we'll just blend this together. I can't have you choke.
Thank you.
So that, and again, there's just a bit of a free-for-all with smoothies, so sometimes athletes just put whatever's in their fridge.
Okay. Cheers, thank you so much. Okay, so this is our recovery
I usually
drink.
don't even have to try this, but you're making me try it.
No, it's delicious. That's very nice.
That is really good.
That is very nice.
Yeah, no, it's a
Gosh,
surprise.
it's like you're professional. Okay, so that's our recovery drink. But I see that you have these wraps, so
sure.
If we're not just going for recovery and people are actually quite hungry, they're trying to say, okay, they've done their first training and they're going to their second training in the afternoon. Would this be a lunch, or is this, where do you see this coming in?
So this would probably be a mini feed. I call them mini feeds a lot of times. And as well, like a lot of our winter sports that are coming from the hill, like the ski hill, they might get in a car and need something a little bit more substantial than a drink, or they want to chew.
Okay.
So I do a lot of bento boxes with the athletes sometimes. We just throw it in a container and grab and go. Any nut butter, like just anything, a spread, but so almond butter.
Okay. And this is natural peanut butter though?
Yeah.
It's not full of sugar?
No,
okay.
it's just, usually have to mix it. So you know, they can put on as much as they want. Layer on there.
Okay.
And so this is quite a big hit, especially with the ski sports, just because it's so easy. But you just take your banana, just as is, and then you just roll.
Oh.
And this is kind of with any sport, really. You can do this at indoors too, but then you just cut it in bite-sized bites.
It is like little banana sushi.
I know. And then for them, it's a bit big container, but they could put it in there. And then when they're driving, hopefully they're not too distracted, but they can just pick up one bite at a time instead of trying to have something that's falling out of their lap. And then I might get them to put like grapes in, and then they take that with them.
That's perfect.
I know.
Elvis Presley would be very.
Do you want to try?
Yeah, I do. I would love to have one. This was Elvis Presley's favorite
I know,
thing.
that's right.
And that's my favorite thing. This is what I would have for breakfast every single day when I skated.
You can do this for breakfast.
Yeah, not with the wrap. I would just have like normal bread, but yeah, peanut butter banana sandwich.
Yeah, yeah.
It's very nice. Very nice.